Imagine harnessing the power of a single book chapter to dramatically alter your perception of self, the world, and your divine connection. Today we plunge headfirst into such a chapter from The Journey Begins Within by SAVI. This isn't your average chapter, oh no, it's an immersive experience, a catalyst for transformation, a key to a door you've always wanted to open. This chapter has the potential to challenge your existing beliefs and inspire new ones. It's like a mirror that reflects not just your physical image, but the essence of your spirit, the depth of your soul. It's a tunnel leading to a new understanding, an exploration of the depth of your being, and an invitation to a profound relationship with the divine. The upcoming chapter is not just words on a page, it's a journey that begins within you, a journey that could lead to the unearthing of your true self, a journey that could change how you perceive the world around you and your place within it. But remember, this is just the beginning. The full journey awaits in the entirety of the book. If you find yourself moved, stirred by the upcoming chapter, we extend an invitation to continue this exploration, to dive deeper into the hidden depths within you. If the content moves you, we invite you to embark on your journey by purchasing a copy of the book at Amazon, Kindle, or iBook today. It's more than a purchase. It's a step towards self-discovery, self-realization, and self-transformation. Stay tuned to hear the complete chapter next as a free book preview. Dive deeper into your exploration and uncover the hidden depths within. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring. The journey begins within. Enjoy!
Through the eyes of a child I haven't met yet, one being that has not suffered from rejection through their childhood, many of us have not received enough love and care from others as we once would have hoped. It could have been our parents, guardians, siblings, or even others in our circles. Some may have been the victims of brutal bullying abuse, like me in my early years of school, attacks so vicious and threatening that made us fearful and make us develop a defensive personality in which we portray ourselves to the world as strong, mean, a nobody tells me how and what to do philosophy, or what may be even worse, some self-defense mechanism that we rather attack first than get hurt once again. Meanwhile, deep inside, unconsciously, we crave acceptance and feel completely unworthy of love because of the mirror that the world has shown us at a young age. We, deep inside, somehow develop a feeling of not being enough or missing something. We think or perceive that the world will finally accept and love us back once we figure out what it is. Well, I am here to tell you that after 5 decades in this journey, I assure you that nothing outside of who you already are will take this feeling away. It was by acts of grace that I discovered the journey into self-love, most importantly, unconditional self-love, which allowed me to, in return, reframe all my past emotional injuries from a different perspective. Make amends with the perpetrators in person and in my mind, and heal the emotional wounds. I know that many people go to therapy for decades trying to overcome these, and others resort to addictions to numb the unworthiness that causes the pain inside. Many others try or fall prey to modern or old alternative therapeutic activities with some degree of success. But frankly, nothing outside us can direct our emotions toward a constructive outcome of spiritual growth. All religions are deceiving. There are significant truths in all, but unfortunately, all point to dead-end roads in which one is left aspiring for salvation that somehow a merciful God will impart, or that there is a need for countless rituals or ceremonies to attain an altered state of being and somehow becoming worthy in the eyes of everyone and even God. Some go as far as claiming the physical transmutation of the human being into light matter through ascension, which I do not negate, but that as an objective is flawed and to my point. I have been a witness to most of it all in my own quest for the truth. I can tell you that through my own spiritual journey, I was granted a peek behind the veil of this reality, first to heal myself and then help others heal themselves. I asked to know the ultimate truth, and recently, last year, I was shown in a vision the answer through an expanded momentary state of consciousness during which the answers were revealed to me by grace. Making sense of these truths, I am now pointing a flashlight into the darkness so that we can see some of these aspects for ourselves. As the beam of the flashlight can only make us see a piece of what is in front of us on a dark night, so is the capacity we presently embody to hold the totality of God's truth and the reality of the game called life. I can attest to the miraculous nature of this universe and the existence of ascended masters, which are mentioned in all religions, including Jesus Christ. I have eyewitnessed the presence of the Holy Spirit with my 2 eyes 3 times in the same way described in the New Testament. Most importantly, I have witnessed a demon myself and the power of the word of our Father in heaven, and I saw his holy light by my side with 2 blinding eyes like Moses. I hid in the shadows for over 20 years, trying to understand everything. thinking I was going crazy and justifying myself as simply having seen hallucinations until miracles happened around me, which were events of such an implausible probability that my scientific mind could not make any sense of the defiance of the basic laws of physics. Matter disappearing, objects levitating, spontaneous healing, Holy Spirit tongue speech, Christ consciousness, among others. In short, I am here to tell you what has been revealed to me, that the only way to heal your experiences is to accept them, release the grief, and let go of the identification that these things happen to you because you are not enough. All these events, as atrocious as some may be, do not happen to you, they happen for you. They are invaluable life lessons purposely designed by our Creator to experience precious lessons that guide your soul's development journey to a higher level of enlightenment. Now, you will always hear me tell you, we are already perfect and complete, and I must giggle because I am not supposed to cheat and give you the results of the end game. We play with ourselves. But the truth is that the higher the spectator's vantage point, the smaller the difficulties seem, as you see the much bigger picture behind it all. Once you know we go on, everything is always perfect and complete, which is why God allows things to happen the way they do. The closest analogy is that your parents do not wake you up if you are having a nightmare. You experience it like in a virtual simulation, and after a few hours, you simply wake up and brush it off. There are, again, many similarities to the analogy of what life is for our soul or spirit. As Jesus Christ taught, we are all but one in spirit. Unfortunately, one of the biggest lies perpetrated by religions is that somehow, we need intermediaries between us and God. The placing of His only Son at His right hand casts the rest of humanity or non-believers into a simple lower-tier existence for all eternity. Although Jesus Christ has a special place both in history and heaven, Jesus Himself will tell you once you meet Him that He is but of service to all of us with infinite humility, and His Father our God has us all in His heart at the same level of love as expressed on an apparition, vision to a dear friend of mine one afternoon. Of course, there are those that God chooses for a purpose greater than others, and within this selection, there are the ones that yield to His call and accept. Well, I can tell you that the love God has for each of His creations is only rivaled by His love for Himself. As God is not but love itself. For those who need to hear this, it is important to open your eyes, hear and remember. We are all created in His image. There are significant hidden truths behind all of this. But how dare you not love yourself if the Creator of the universe already loves you unconditionally, just as you are? Like an old friend of mine once told me, who do you think you are? I didn't know that answer then, but I certainly know it now. My last hint is that as much as many in the world question the existence of God or even many of the masters before us, I can only laugh very hard knowing what their faces will look like right after their deaths, as they not only get to realize that they move on into a different dimension of consciousness and regain some if not all of the totality of their true identity while losing all their egos and earthly identifications. All of which, in a sense, were not real at all. Depending on their evolution, they will have the opportunity to meet face to face with other spirits in the forms they are ready to assimilate. The ultimate truth revealed to me is not for the world to know just yet, as many are not even awakened from their slumber. But I tell you that God is playing the longest and most beautiful game of hide and seek throughout eternity. That His love is beyond our current earthly comprehension. That there is not a second of existence that has not been already contemplated, and that every possible solution to your own dilemmas has already been enacted. The game is for you to realize this truth and surrender the control of your life to His will. The biggest act of love a child can have for a parent is to say, "Daddy or Mommy, I want to be like you." How would your life be like if you wanted to be like God? What would God do if He would walk this earth in human form? How would God treat each one of us? How would you treat each other if you were God playing in a dreamlike state being yourself? Questions that point to hidden truths. What if, for a minute, Jesus Christ's teachings were a bit different than what we have been force-fed? What if the true message He came to tell us was, "Hey, wake up. We are all sons and daughters of God, and in this mystery lays the key to the kingdom of heaven." What if the only thing we need in our lives is to let go of trying so desperately to make ends meet, push to be driven to total exhaustion, and return to a more balanced existence with nature while fostering a socio-economic system that contemplates not a cutthroat competition in a winner-takes-all, but a cooperation of sorts instead? Unfortunately, we have tried many experiments as a species in a social construct, and in my humble experience and opinion, all the prevailing systems we have ever tried have failed. And don't tell me that capitalism is perfect either. We live in a nation that should be totally embarrassed of itself. With over 45 million souls below the poverty line, and the last I checked, over 650,000 homeless, if not more. Meanwhile, we spend trillions on war industrial machines that only benefit a few and are utilized as an imperialist tool under the disguise of protecting a democracy, which has become a joke in a two-band circus of revolving clowns seeking power capable of betraying all moral standards for a sip of temporary power. A legislative system is burdened with frivolous laws in a litigious society with a total loss of any moral compass due to the selfishness instilled since childhood during early indoctrination. The phrase, "you reap what you sow," applies also in this case. You may by now ask what the last paragraph has anything to do with spiritual teaching or even this open letter. My short answer is everything. Through the eyes of a child, we are wounded, and we continue to wound others as we helplessly seek to heal that wound. We try to attain more and more identifications outside ourselves and strive to feel enough. We continue the quest regardless of the consequences when we do not feel worthy. If we have a weak moral compass, we resort to cheating and lying here and there to advance and finally buy the material things or experiences we presume will make us complete. We are willing to kill, steal, rob, torture, and whatever the most depraved act you can think of, all in pursuit of an exterior thing that will fill the gaping hole inside. However, very few realize through grace that it is a fruitless game. The famous actor Jim Carrey once stated, "I wish everyone could get everything they want so they realize that is not the answer." The good news that I am here to tell you is that I managed to experience Gnostically the truth of who and what we are, and I decided to do my part to help everyone brave enough to face their own self to achieve the same. There is nothing I or anyone can teach you because you already carry all the answers inside your own being, which is why I do not seek followers, fame, or even fortune. All I can do is stand at the highest mountain peak and scream with all my might that the truth is within you. I can point at it from afar. The journey is personal and within yourself. But I have the great news that once you seek the truth seeks you back and claims you as its own. There is no religion, no ceremonies, no classes, no gurus that can change you, simply because you are already where you need to be, and frankly, you are already enough, worthy, and complete. It is in this, one of the ultimate truths that you, yourself, will release the wounds from childhood and make this wonderful earth a better place for all of us to live in. Once the truth opens your eyes, there is no going back or keeping quiet. It is impossible for someone to accept the current situation in every society in the world. We are not meant to come and experience labor slavery while a few gorge on their riches. We are more than simply the titles, positions, wealth, and power some claim for themselves. Do I advocate that there is no merit in hard work? No, there is. Not everyone should receive the same, but I also see a rigged system in many ways that only very few are able to crack by simple circumstances that many times are serendipitous. I know that most rich, self-made people like to see themselves as the party responsible for their success. Still, the truth is no man or women alone can accomplish anything meaningful in one lifetime if not by the conditional or unconditional support of many. I always asked our Father why I have been abused in so many ways during my past decades, and the answer was short and simple. So you will be ready to judge your brothers and sisters of who is ready to enter the kingdom. Understanding today that our Father's kingdom is not a physical place but a state of expanded consciousness which one can only attain by His grace and the true meaning of Jesus Christ's communion or Last Supper that very few get. The whole point is that once we surrender and let go of ourselves, we allow our Father to be in communion with us. And through this, we get to experience the magic of His kingdom, albeit temporarily, as we ascend in our own spiritual journey. Jesus Christ managed to attain this in a sustained manner. His teachings reflect hidden absolute truths, some of which I highlight for you in this writing. I am nothing special, I am just like you, a wounded child who once thought I wasn't enough or worthy of love. I carried a deep hole in my inner being, which I tried to fill with material experiences, things, or even other people. I was quick to hurt others before they hurt me again. And I am telling you that there is another way. Drop your shields, drop your exhaustion, and stop allowing others to tell you how and why you should live your life a certain way. Stand for the truth no matter the consequences while you seek higher hidden ones. Never bend your knees for your fellow brothers or sisters, as we are all at the same level in the eyes of our Father. No single one of you is less than any of the others. We are all perfect and complete, even as broken as we may seem. We can all be redeemed if we ask heavens to be so. We are all in a magical game of hide and seek with our true nature. And with that, I tell you, love yourselves unconditionally the same way I learned to love myself. I also love you and accept you for who you truly are, not how you may think you are. Be blessed. SAVI. Join the SAVI Ministries journey. Thank you for watching. If you feel inspired or connected with our message, please subscribe, give us a like, and feel free to share these videos. Additionally, there are several ways you can support and get more involved with the SAVI Ministries by subscribing to our newsletter or donating to our GoFundMe campaigns. Links are in the description of this video. We're on a mission to bring kindness and purpose into every life we touch. Every donation goes directly into creating content that makes a difference, supports our community projects, and spreads the message of the Spirit. Together, we can make a difference. With gratitude and hope, the team at SAVI Ministries.
If the content moves you, we invite you to embark on your journey by purchasing a copy of the book at Amazon, Kindle, or iBook today. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring. The journey begins within. Click like and subscribe for additional details. See the video description.